The former Apprentice cast member developed a loyalty to Donald Trump that led to her appointment to this title, Director of Communications at the Office of Public Liaison. But after less than a year at the White House, Omarosa is back on reality television where it all started for her. And she is back in the news because of what we're about to show you. As one does after leaving a West Wing job, Omarosa is currently a contestant on Celebrity Big Brother. And in this scene you're about to see with her housemate, who came to fame as Ross the Intern on the Jay Leno Tonight Show, Omarosa talks, albeit at a barely audible whisper, about her time in the Trump White House.
I was haunted by tweets every single day. Like, what is he going to tweet next?
Does anybody say to him, what are you doing?
I mean, I tried to be that person.
Who has that power to say what's going on?
I don't know. I'm not there. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. You know, I'd like to say not my problem, but I can't say that because, like, it's bad.
Should we be worried? Don't say that. Because we are worried, but I need you to say, no, it's going to be okay.
No, it's going to not be okay. It's not.
Would you vote for him again?
God, no. Never. In a million years, never.
It's not her. I'm sorry. It's not her circus and not her monkeys was the quote there. That was Omarosa and Ross from Celebrity Big Brother. We're free to speak in normal tones here in the studio as we remember that our president came to the White House after years as a reality television star. Having said that, here is how the Trump White House reacted today to Omarosa.
Omarosa was fired 3 times on The Apprentice, and this was the 4th time we let her go. She had limited contact with the president while here. She has no contact now.
From the podium in the White House briefing room, back with us to talk about what is going on currently is Michael Steele and Eli Stokols. I've watched you now react to this at 4 p.m. and at the shank of the evening here, 4 minutes from midnight.
He says she was fired 3 times at The Apprentice and now here. I'm sorry, the White House is not The Apprentice. It's a whole different...
Why does the White House Deputy Press Secretary even know how many times she's been fired on a reality show?
And
why?
See, this is the crazy drama that this country is getting sucked up into. Every day is another episode. Almost every hour is a new chapter within that episode. And what we just saw, you know, it's crazy and sad. Oh, my God, please spare me. That was not the attitude you had walking around Washington for almost a year.
You get the final 30 seconds.
I mean,
of brilliance.
it felt like something that they probably filmed 5 times to get the drama right. But, you know, if you step back from this, I mean, you think about both these people. So Omarosa said one thing, like Mike said when she was in Washington. Now she's saying this. Raj Shah, we found out this week from his text, you know, he's the one up there defending this White House today and dumping on Omarosa. And what was revealed this week? That his text, when the Access Hollywood tape came out, that he thought Trump was a deplorable, and he texted a friend, he was enjoying it. So you have to wonder, if these people have qualms about working for this president, why do they take the job? It's obviously the access to power, but they leave with even less personal capital than they went in with. It's just stunning.
This is Donald Trump's world. He doesn't come from our world.
That's right.
So you're never going to get the best interview of Omarosa from me or Andrea Mitchell or Peter Baker. You're going to get a window into these people, and I put Omarosa and Donald Trump in the same category, from Ross. And Ross, you're amazing. But I think this idea that as these people go back to their peer groups, and it was interesting that she said, you know, Jared and Ivanka there, sort of like the original gang was there and we tried, but we couldn't get to him. That is sort of in line with the theory that the deep state is taking over and it's all a conspiracy. I mean, this to me was at least revealing in that I think that Omarosa is the canary in the mine. I think this is how Donald Trump would answer some of these questions. It's bad. It's really, really bad. You know, I got Jared and Ivanka there, but, you know, what can I do?
He looks miserable too. Like
Right?
not as miserable as his wife does, but he looks
Yes.
pretty miserable. And look, you know, your former chief of staff for George Bush said to me on the last day of the Bush administration, all White House is a reflection of the leadership at the top.
Yeah.
And you can tell the way the White House acts because of the leader, right? And so you do have celebrity craziness like this, and I actually think she was pretty honest. And, you know, I think if I was
I mean,
in
we'll
that-
never know, to Eli's point. I'll concede that. But
I think
it was revealing.
It was revealing, and I think what is true is we've all worked in these places, and waking up every day not knowing what your boss is going to tweet would be terrifying.
Would be destabilizing. All right.
I will say it is ridiculous, but it's ridiculous partly because of the context and the messenger. What she said does line up with what we've heard privately from other people who worked in this administration and have left in terms of, you know, you don't know the half of it. So I'll give you that.
Okay, so this is amid a roar of disapproval about General Kelly's stewardship of the Trump West Wing. Of course, he presided over Omarosa's abrupt departure and a slew of others. We have a complete list of White House resignations and firings. Some happened on the watch of his predecessor, Reince Priebus, but he was fired, so we put him on our list too. But it's Kelly's handling of the Porter episode that has him under the harshest scrutiny yet. The Washington Post reporting this afternoon, quote, Kelly's actions left his critics as well as some West Wing subordinates questioning how much credibility he has left. Chairman?
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the Omarosa.
I can't believe I threw you off.
You
See, this is why we miss
I
it,
can't
though.
believe how gullible you were for that.
No. You know
so-
what? I'm not here. I'm gonna push back. I'm out there still visiting with my. This is what they see. This is what elites miss.
This is so
what,
much shtick. I'm sorry.
But this is the shtick
This
that
is the
enough
same
people fell
lady
for
who
that
was
he
running
won.
around this town bragging about her power inside the administration, blocking people and all of that. So sitting on the couch crying crocodile tears with Ross, okay, that's an easy interview. Trust me. This is okay. Moving on. So
Kelly,
what was your question
Kelly.
again?
No, but you know, her assessment of how bad it is in there, of just how bad it is, that the president, and I've heard this from other friends of the president's who would have as hard a time as I would of actually finding that show on television, that he's out of control. Former Republican who was a high-profile surrogate for the Trump campaign and remains in contact, said that nothing short of losing control of Congress in 2018 will be that backstop against his current cycle of self-destructive behavior.
With Kelly and
With
the
Trump.
And Trump. Yeah, that's the key thing. I mean, look, everybody else is an ancillary actor here. I mean, you've already made the point, and you made it the best. That last day where, you know, you get that reflective moment, you go, hey, you know, the White House reflects the man or the woman who's sitting behind the desk. And the fact of the matter is, whether it's Kelly, whether it's any other staffer, they are staffers, and their job and their responsibility every day is going to be, how much do I do to stay on this side of the president, the good side, as opposed to getting on the bad side. And so the House and all of that happening this fall, the president is not keyed into losing the House. For him, that's an upside, because now he can play off against Democrats a lot easier than he can his own party. So I just don't buy this notion that everybody's such a hapless individual here. They're pulled and pushed by one centripetal force, and that is the president.